YouTubers, what is going on? I'm Vinny Chill, and Chris, I know you love when I do that, so I just do it for you, buddy. We are back, and as we just happened to mention in the last episode, it dawned on us that we were premature in closing the door on our Justice League. So our apologies to Arthur Curry, to Jason Momoa, and to all of you huge Aquaman fanatics out there. Our bad. We left out one of the big names. So without further ado, we wanted to jump in and give you a few Aquaman books. Personally, no offense, again, I just haven't really collected Aquaman over the years. So this is some area where I don't have a lot to contribute, but I know, Chris, you've got a couple of books, actually a couple of key books there. So we wanted to get this in, sneak this in before the Justice League Snyder Cut comes out March 18th. So without further ado, Chris, why don't you start us off?
All right. Well, I mean, the good news is basically every Aquaman book outside of his first appearance and maybe Mera, they're all undervalued. Like, kind of every other DC book that we've, in all these Justice League episodes that we've talked about. So I'll go with one of the bigger ones, Aquaman 29 from 1966, I think. Yep, 66. First appearance, Ocean Master. I picked this up a while ago just to try to get an Aquaman book. Again, like I said, you can't really get his first appearance. But I mean, even Black Manta, I don't know, the DC books, Aquaman was one of the better movies they've made. I mean,
I agree. Totally agree.
I mean, I can't wait for the second one. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I don't know which way they're going with it yet. I know there's been some speculation on some spin-offs and things like that. We'll get to that later. But, it's really didn't get the hype for the money it made and everything like that. Really excited for that. Shazam, again, Wonder Woman 84, a little bit of a letdown, but I mean, I think they're going to come on strong with these movies. They have to. And then we'll see what the Snyder Cut does. Hopefully there's a couple extra scenes for Aquaman. But, I mean, this is one of the few villains in all the movies, Marvel or DC. He's still alive. They didn't just kill him off, so hopefully he's not a one-off. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of potential for Aquaman. I love the, it's kind of like Black Panther, building Atlantis, and like building Wakanda, basically looking at these whole new cities, countries, kind of almost universe within a universe. And Aquaman's got a lot of potential. I'm excited. I would go grab these books. This one, Black Manta, which is I think 35, Aquaman 35. Some of these villains, they're old school books. They're gonna cost you a decent amount, but I think you get like about a 9 for a CGC 9.0 for about $1,000, and considering, I mean, the villains, it's not really a bad buy. So,
right. So I mean, just my color commentary on that. I mean, I totally agree. That's one of their most successful movies that they've actually done right. The star power, right. The acting was good. Hell, even the soundtrack. Like, we grew up in the 80s and 90s. I like a little Depeche Mode there when the Black Manta's there making his new outfit, spray painting the Atlantean armor all black. He's in the post-credit scene, so he's gonna be back. Right. He survived. He's gonna come back again. Like to your point with Black Panther there, it's like you've got Wakanda, you've got Atlantis, you've got in the Black Panther, you've got cousin against cousin. Here it was brother against brother. And yeah, they don't have him get killed off like Michael B. Jordan. You've got him being taken back to Atlantis as a prisoner. So the chances of him escaping and trying to get revenge against Aquaman, I mean, that's very possible. So yeah.
Black Panther, he's a card carrying member of the Legion of Doom. I mean, he's his big bad. He should be in if they ever can pull something off like the Avengers franchises. I mean, he's going to be one of the villains in it, I would think. So.
Well, so that's probably going to be the oldest Aquaman book that we talk about, because I know that my books they range from like about a decade ago up until something that came out just this year. So I will start with my oldest book, which is not very old, and that is Brightest Day #4. Now, this is from about 2010, I believe, and this is the first appearance of the second Aqualad. So this book is a key issue. It's on Key Collector, but again, it's not going to cost you big bucks. Able to find this in a dollar bin. And again, this ties into Future State, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But yeah. So again, key issue, not breaking the bank here.
Well, it's a great book. Calderon's got a lot of potential too, and I don't know. He's got a nice power set. He was good in the Teen Titans animated show. Great character. I mean, huge upside, I think. And they're out there, like you said. There's also a variant cover that's it's got a Blackest Night. I think Hawkman and Hawkwoman, and they're I think that's a couple bucks extra, But they're out there. All right, I got a couple books. Basically from the Jeff Johns and Ivan Rice, Joe Prado run, the New 52 Aquaman, #1 and #2. So this is, as I mentioned, the spinoff. I know they're talking about making a Trench movie. So this is #1 is the first appearance of the Trench. #2, I guess, would be the first cover appearance, and the first appearance of the Trench King. So, I mean, I don't know if it's a movie or a show at this point on HBO Max.
I think it's a straight to HBO Max movie. Like it's
okay.
Unlike something like Wonder Woman that's like supposed to be in theaters or was co-released. This is like going to be made just for subscribers to HBO Max. That's what I heard.
Okay. Yeah. All right, that's where we're at now. But I mean, it's supposed to be horror. I think Marvel's heading to horror. I think DC can head to horror with Justice League Dark, everything else. But these are a couple books. I mean, these are dollar bin all day long. This is some of the best stuff. Jeff Johns is coming off of Blackest Night. I mean, basically every character he touched, it was really great, and he didn't let us down with Aquaman either. So injected a little humor, basically brought the character, I think, up to date on everything. And the Trench is interesting, and like I said, you got active spec. It's being produced for $2. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, Trench was awesome. Definitely like a scary scene there when they're going to the trench, and Aquaman kind of reminded me of like a little, I don't know, Pan's Labyrinth, kind of like Guillermo del Toro. So psyched for that. They have not introduced the Trench King, right? You meet the creatures of the trench. You don't actually see any Trench King in the movie. So that's something still to come, I would think. And again, Jeff Johns, of course, doing Brightest Day as well. And to stick with that, in that same run for Volume 7 of Aquaman from May of 2013, this again, Jeff Johns. So this is Aquaman number 18 of that volume, shortly after the one you just showed, Chris. And this is there's a mini cameo, and then there's a full cameo, and then there's a full appearance. So this is the full cameo of King Atland, aka the Dead King, who is featured in the Aquaman movie. That's where he's trying to get down to the trench to recover the trident. So there's a whole story arc featuring the Dead King and first cameo. And again, pulled this out of a dollar box. So definitely very easy to find these all day.
Absolutely. I got a couple more books from that run too. Let's see. So I'm going to go with #3 next. #3 is the first appearance of Dr. Stephen Shin, who appears in the Aquaman movie. He's confirmed for Aquaman 2 whenever they kind of get that all up and running. So he's basically he's on the newsreel, basically that, he's trying to find Atlantis, I think, and it almost correlates to X-Men, where he's like concerned like these superheroes are among us. I'm not sure how the Snyder Cut's going to maybe affect some of this stuff and where it fits in, but this is his first appearance. Character, he's in the movies, played by Randall Park, who we're watching in WandaVision right now as Agent Wu. He was an Ant-Man and the Wasp. So he's a recurring character. I mean, he's a talent in Hollywood. So, I mean...
He's in the new Rock show on NBC.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I say, again, for $1, which is where you're going to find this, I wouldn't pay more. You're going to probably find a mint copy. And why not? The character's been in the movies, and it's we'll see what they do with him, because he could go any which way. He could be a villain, he could be comic relief, and the actor can really probably do both. So why not?
Yeah. Good stuff.
I think so.
All right. So for me, my next one is the latest run of Aquaman. So we've got Volume 8, number 57. This came out exactly 1 year ago. So thanks to you, Chris, because I remember taking my lunch break, running down to the local comic shop, buying this right off the shelf. And I was surprised when doing a little bit of research for this episode that what was just like $3.99 a year ago is now up to $15 because this is the first in utero and birth of Andy Curry, of course, the daughter of Aquaman and Mera. And so this is, I don't know what the print run was on this, but it has jumped up. I mean, it's tripled in value in a year. So if you are going to get your copy, I guess try to get it now. But they're still, out there as far as I know.
Yep. I regret, because it was just as they shut down everything, those books were sitting on the shelves, and slowly but surely they just dried up. It wasn't really probably, a high ordered book by your LCS, but they were sitting there, and I got one just like you, and I wish I grabbed a couple more just for the hell of it. So
Yep.
All right, let's see what's next. All right, I got still from the New 52 run, Aquaman number 7. So this has the first appearance of, first full appearance of Yawara and Kahina the Seer. So these are members of the Others, which was another creation by Jeff Johns, the New 52. They did get their own series, Aquaman and the Others, for a little while. I don't think any of these characters have made it into basically like Rebirth, the current DC continuity, but some solid characters. So essentially, there's a lot of artifacts from Atlantis, and Aquaman, he gets a trident. He bestows a bunch of other artifacts on the Others, and so it's Yawara, Kahina the Seer, the Operative, Volstock X, and Prisoner of War, and they all have kind of an artifact that on top of the power they already have, imbues them with an extra power, or enhances what they already have going on. And I just think a lot of these characters had potential, especially Aurora. She is kind of a goddess, like Jaguar goddess, and she did go into Justice League in the New 52 and was kind of going toe-to-toe with Wonder Woman and Superman. Strong female character. I think they always have potential. Again, dollar book. And then you have Kahina the Seer. She really didn't get a lot of play. I think she lasted like 5 or 6 pages before she got killed by Manta. But they went back, they do go into her history and some other books. And then the other cameos of the other 3 characters, you have potential there. So I say for $1, why not? But New 52. There's some gems still out there that aren't Batman. So nice. All right. Are you done? Anything else?
I'm down on my last one. So this is the book that I was teasing is very recent. So this just came out a few weeks ago. Now, I have been a fan, and we talked about this over the last couple of weeks. I've generally been a fan of the DC Future State for what it is. I'm glad they didn't restart everything and just kept this to like a 2-month story arc. I've bought a lot of them. Not all of them, but, I've enjoyed Wonder Woman, New Batman, Immortal Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Teen Titans and stuff. So this is Aquawoman Future State, Aquaman Future State #1 from January. And this is essentially, though, Andy Curry as Aquawoman. She's now an adolescent. So the past book I talked about is her first appearance overall when she's born. This is now her right there as an adolescent and following in her father and mother's footsteps. And so this is her now starting to come into her own and show off her powers. So again, maybe more to come with her. I don't know. I think some characters from Future State are going to be, still relevant beyond just Future State. Well, I don't think all of them will be, but we'll see. I think she's got staying power. So let's see if I'm right. We'll check back in another 6 or 12 months.
All right. Let me see. I got one more Aquaman book. Now, this book is, I don't think it's on Key Collector. I pick them up whenever I see them. But Convergence, Aquaman #2. If everyone remembers the Convergence series, it was kind of when DC was moving their offices from New York to California. And the story was a little kind of disjointed, I guess. So it really didn't have a lot of staying power. Convergence. There are a couple books. I know the Superman book is the first appearance of his son. And I like this book. This is the first appearance of Khalid Nassour, who is the current Dr. Fate. So it's not him as Dr. Fate, but just his first appearance. This is generally in the dollar boxes. I pick these up whenever I see them. I actually don't have Dr. Fate #1 yet with his first appearance as Dr. Fate. But these books are out there. There is a variant cover. I would pick it up all day long because, like we're talking about HBO Max and all these other shows, these characters are probably coming, and Justice League Dark is pretty much, that's J.J. Abrams' baby, I think, at this point. So, and I think DC is gonna, Warner Brothers, they want us to take off. They're hooked in. Their streaming service didn't really work. They want to get some content for HBO Max, and I mean, I would pick up this book all day long. So it's out there, and it's kind of I don't know. It seems to be like just a secret. No one's, like I said, I don't think it's on Key Collector, which hey, they don't get everything, but this I think is a pretty big book because I do have Dr. Fate #1. I think it's like a $25 book. So get his first appearance. So that's a big spec. That was my
going on my list. Thanks for that tip, Chris.
I might have one for you. We'll see.
Got any other nuggets? Any other spec? Or anything else for us?
That was it. As I was going through for Aquaman books, that's a good one. So, absolutely. I think they're all undervalued. It's just a matter of, I think they're rare. Even like the Aquaman, the slab 29 I had. I wanted Black Manta. I saw this book. The price was right, and this is going back years. I mean, like everything else, it did spike, but it's a lot of DC books still undervalued. It's just not pulling the money that the MCU related stuff is going for. So I think they're out there.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Now we officially are wrapped on the Justice League. Remember to tune in and watch it on HBO Max. The Snyder Cut comes out on March 18th, I believe. And we'll be back again soon. We've been doing a lot of theme episodes lately. I think we've got one more themed episode that we've talked about. Actually, no, we've got 2 more that we've talked about, kicked around doing. So we're going to come back with those. Also try to drop in a recent haul or pull list video just to show you some of the new books that we've been reading. But until next time, stay safe, stay nerdy.